What's going on, gamers? So, we got a situation here for Reforge, but this time it's where he gets a pretty good win, and we got to give him credit for that and go ahead and react to this. So, we're going to go along and do this. He gives his take on the sucker punch situation. So, let's see what he has to say. Are we ready? Let's go.
I mean, we're not going to get into discussing everything that has happened, right? You guys know where I land on this stuff. I do not think people that work for developers should be speaking out on issues like this. I do not think people should be doing that, and I think it puts entire companies and projects in jeopardy. I think what the person said and how people are behaving is reprehensible, and I think when you do that, you know, everybody's all about accountability and consequences until it comes to their doorstep. So I don't know what to say. There are things that are just absolutely beyond the pale, and you know, putting your entire project and your entire company and everything they spent and did on, you know, putting all that at risk. I don't know. When the guy did it with Avowed, it was like you're attached to something that's so much bigger than you and your personal beliefs. I just think it's insane that people do this stuff. And if you thought what, you know, happened with the guy from Avowed was crazy, what has happened in the last 48 hours has got to be some of the most it's almost like we're living in a simulation.
Yeah, because you don't want to believe that, like, there's no way, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's the human indecency that's the problem, not disagreements on thought systems. Um, And it's good to see him say that representing PlayStation in a more intelligent manner rather than trying to defend it because you like PlayStation. No, 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 no. This is we're moving out of that now. Now we're seeing, individual to individual and just calling that out and saying just don't imitate that type of behavior. And that it shows how disrespectful you are towards your staff that you worked with, all the developers in there in that department for years. You don't just do that for 4, 5, 6 years. Imagine you doing that at your job. And then you're at some place for almost a decade, right? And you're gonna throw all that away over political disagreements. But you could just not say anything and continue doing what you're doing. That's way more important. Plus all those other people's time and all those resources in a project that's coming up. It's insane to throw all that away and a decade of investment of your time, energy, and everything else for political disagreement that you're not a part of. Like you are part of that, you know what I mean? Like you had something, you know what I mean? It's like, no. And that's where it's just insane.
It's like this can't be real. These people cannot be real.
Affecting the game that we may want to buy too.
It's just it's utter insanity.
Hmm.
Context. There was
That's why some people, what I said before, anytime that gets involved, it always damages companies and IPs and worlds that we supported for a long time. And it has nothing to do with us. And that's why that stuff needs to go away. It's just no good.
individual who did
Get back to gaming.
who was killed this week, and
Not
there were
damaging
people
it.
celebrating it and thinking that that's not going to have repercussions, consequences, or strong reaction. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's again, I feel like we're in another timeline or something. I'm not going to make content about it. I'm not going to go after anybody. I'm just in utter disbelief. It's like I don't have words. I can't even construct sentences about it. It's like, it causes me utter disbelief.
Hmm.
I'm not buying Ghost looks woke. There's nothing about it that looks woke. I don't understand.
I didn't care about that. That's fine. It's more about the stupid
I don't know why anybody
behavior.
would say it's, woke.
You have to play the game and see how it is, but this is definitely not
Organization,
helping.
main actress of Yotei also got flack for her beliefs. I think there's a complete and utter different thing when, like, people were giving the actress flack for her beliefs. She can't bring those to the game. Like, Mark Hamill has very, very strong beliefs about things, it doesn't affect his ability to be an amazing Joker in the Batman games, right? This was completely and utterly different. This was not, I disagree with that person, I don't agree with their worldview. This was celebration. And I think that's indefensible.
Correct. That's what I was trying to say. It has nothing to do with that, because if you're not that type of person, you're never going to do that. No matter what side you're on or what you're trying to represent, it has nothing to do with that. That's why I said now we have to scale that back and realize that we do not want people to imitate that behavior to make themselves act that way. It has nothing to do with any label.
I don't think there's any way you can logically backflip your way to a place where you're like, that's totally fine to do.
Right.
I cannot. I have my own personal beliefs and convictions, and celebrating that is beyond the pale. Like,
yeah, and if you guys want to deal with people that are being combative about it, just be like, look, I understand, the way you feel, about the guy, but remember, we don't want to dip below being worse and lower than an animal. That's where it's like I can just keep my conscience and still say I disagree with certain things about whatever situations you want to talk about in politics, but that doesn't mean that I need to be lose my human decency because of that. Right? You know what I mean? You're not changing because you disagree with something, and you're not going to celebrate somebody's death. It's just, I said, these are just principles of being a better human being, irrespective of any political party or any branch, anything in general.
it's off the map.
Mm-hmm.
There's no graph to measure it. There's no way to like talk about it in a way that isn't like strongly condemning that.
Yeah. You
want to come out and you want to have discussions about views, and you want to come out and have discussions about comments and things that were made, and that's not the same as celebrating what happened.
Yeah, it's not life and death situations like that.
That is dark. There is just something very dark about that.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that did it, is fired. I don't know if anybody else is going to get fired. It happens all the time, and it is consistently dark. If anybody is celebrating that, I don't have words for that. I don't have words. I don't know the backstory, the lore, the receipts of every single person in existence, so I certainly don't know the backstory and the lore and the receipts on Charlie. I don't. But I know he was a dad. And as a dad, I'm just like, I've been close to that. We are very close to a family. And Dad didn't come home one night. And I just can't. I can't. The wreckage that causes, I don't even understand how anybody could throw confetti in the air for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it's just mental disorders, emotional disorders, serious mind control, and just evil energy.
Because they were doing it? No, I'm not engaging in all the whataboutisms in chat, because I don't really care about your freaking whataboutisms. If you hold a position at a company, if you're a community manager or developer, and you're attached to some big project, and you want to do that, there's going to be consequences. If there would have been developers, community managers, or people working on video games that would have celebrated stuff like this in the months leading up, because there were obviously sick and twisted people doing that on Twitter.
Yeah.
There are sick and twisted people all over Twitter. We usually look at that as reprehensible, trollish, and unhinged, and we condemn it. Nobody ever says that that's okay. Nobody ever says that that's okay. The difference here is you have people with platforms, you have people with influence, you have people with YouTube channels, you have people with Twitch streams, you have people that are working on video games, saying these sorts of things. I don't think I've ever seen anybody justify this in the past. We would call it unhinged. We would say that's insane. We would say that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what to say. The whataboutism is insane to me. Yes, this happens all the time. Twitter is a place of insanity. It is an absolute place of insanity.
Can be a hellscape too. You know, I know what it means. You just gotta know how to deal with it the right way.
And people have done this before. Anytime something like this happens, there are people that'll be gross about it, and there are people that'll be reprehensible about it. I can't imagine working on a video game or having a Twitch channel or a YouTube channel and thinking that, like, yeah, it's totally okay to celebrate something like this. That's where I feel like it's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you just need to realize clear wrong.
So it's touching video games, and that's why. It's touching video games because of that. These sorts of things never come up because there are people in our Discord being like, well, nobody talked about this a couple of months ago. And it's like, well, yeah, this didn't touch video games. This is
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I said now you got to know how to deal with it. And if you are having a YouTube channel and you know you could be a positive influence to quell some of it and to just bring down some of it, it is good to be aggressive with these type of situations to always remedy people's minds and make them aware that do not be controlled and divided and conquered. Yeah, stand your ground, keep your humanity, and do not let that change you to even be able to act in that sort of way and have that type of mindset. So I just want people to imagine if somebody was training me, right? And then the end result is that that's the type of behavior that I'm going to display. I think I would worry about being a part of something that really wants people to act that way. Out in the open, embarrassingly like that. To the point now where there is just open degeneracy at the highest degree with no sense of dignity or honor, just open demonic behavior at that point where it's a ritual to celebrate worldwide like that. That's when you know it's like, look, man, we're past the human state now to far past and subhuman. You know what I mean? That's where you really start worrying. I know what he means by like that dark. But now you're starting to worry. It's like, okay, hold on, man. It's kind of just a little bit too wicked and sadistic at this point, to where you worry about the health of these people because if they have these type of mindsets, yeah, it is like a lunatic cult base at this point. Just saying. So yeah, that's just psycho stuff that is unhealthy to promote to other people too that are growing up, getting that influence. It's just stupid, man. And what are these people in their 30s and 40s? You see what I mean? Maturity does not come with age. I promise you that.
is touching video games because there are people in the gaming industry working on video games, community managers, developers, engineers, what have you, that are deciding to speak out and say things that are indefensible. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't see any developers, community managers, or engineers, or anybody working on video games celebrating this sort of thing in the past 10 years. In the 10 years that I've covered gaming, I've never seen this before.
Because there was no activists hired. You know what I mean? None of that stuff was even possible. It wasn't like that because it was about video games. Now it's annoying because we have to deal with this type of stuff because it's damaging games that I care about. You know what I mean? Worlds that I care about. I want to play Ghost of Yotei. I loved Ghost of Tsushima. I have the effing damn platinum, right? I was looking forward to the following game after. But now because of this, you are damaging the years that we waited. You see what I'm saying, man? No, dude, it's pissing me off, man, because it's like, why? And right, it comes out in a couple weeks too. It's like, why are we doing this, man? Or a month from up to now, it's fucking close to coming out. And you can't tell me who cares about politics. What do you mean? See, did you just hear what I just said? It's damaging that game. I fucking care about it. Millions of other people because we loved Jinsekai and we loved Ghost of Tsushima. But guess what? And if you're not on PlayStation, hey man, that's coming to PC too, and you're gonna be able to play it on your damn Xbox and maybe the Switch too in the future. Who the hell knows, man? You get what I'm saying? No, everybody should care, man. Stop ruining good video games that we care about. What's your bullshit? Get out of here with that. And people shouldn't let that happen. We need to separate that person off in their own special ed area, away from the situation, and still give props to those developers. If the game turns out to be a really good game. And that's always going to be a double-edged sword because I know there's people that will never want to agree with that. And guess what, though? I'm not, who am I to say that they're wrong because they want to feel like that and they want to say I would not support it even then. It's not their fault that they feel that way. They didn't ask for that. It's their fault that they did all that garbage. So that's why I say like sometimes that damage, even if you do want to repair it, you still put damage there, and it's just disappointing. It really is because I like Sucker Punch and it's pissing me off.
I've never seen this before. I don't care to debate the man and his beliefs. I think that that's a complete and utter waste of time right now. There's no reason to do that. I don't think that that's profitable. I don't think that that's beneficial. I don't think that's needed. I've been covering video games for 10 years, and I don't think I have ever seen developers and community managers doing what they've been doing. It's like, what are you doing? You're attached to some big project. Their entire, staff of people that you're putting in jeopardy when you do that, because you can hurt the profitability of a game, you can hurt the demand for a game, you can damage the game's public image, But this year we have consistently seen this sort of thing happen, and I don't understand it at all. I do not understand it. It's bizarre. If you could point me to like developers and engineers and people that did this in the past, in the past 12 months, I would say the same thing. I would say that's indefensible. That's evil. That's terrible. You should not be doing that. And
what he said is true. Like I said, guys, this type of stuff we've seen in the past 5 to 7 years, all with even the COVID rush. Man, you down here in Texas, man, we went through a crazy ass flood that was crazy. People had to get rescued on uh, jet skis, like you're playing fucking motocross, those jet ski moto games in the PS1, man, it was crazy. But just the amount of insanity we've seen the past 7, 8 years on Earth, just across everything, yeah, more than you've ever seen in your entire life. And when you would go back, it wouldn't be nothing like this. None that would even pop up. It doesn't exist. It was so mature, so organized. Now there's just so much degeneracy and trash all around that it is just terribly disappointing. And there's no hiding anymore now. You can just see it right out in the open every day.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can pinpoint it. That's the reason this is touching gaming.
Yeah.
I have no interest in debating this with you guys because I do not know the backstory. I don't know the lore. A lot of the receipt pulls I'm seeing are clips that are 5 seconds, and I'm like, I was like, we live in an age of it's so impossible to know which way's up. So I have zero desire to discuss or debate the man.
Yeah,
we're talking about video game companies who have staff who are saying things about this situation that are creating, incredible amounts of controversy for their projects and for their games. And I think people should really consider that. I said the exact same thing when the guy when the guy did that earlier this year with Avowed. It's like,
I got on
brother,
that too.
there's an entire team of people that worked on that game.
Yeah. And I heard it was always on Game Pass. That's not really the point. The point is let's not make that behavior seem like it's likable, because it's stupid and damaging to everything. That can't be likable. That must be shunned. You see what I'm saying? And I went and beat Avowed. Still, to me, it was disappointing. And I still want to play Ghost of Yotei. That, to me, I'm not letting nobody take that away. And I still find it annoying that yeah, man, it's like it's such a double-edged sword. I get what people are saying too. I like not wanting to support it, and I can't wait too. It just pisses me off, but you guys know I got to be real and honest with you about how I feel too. It's a crossroads, man. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. So this is a good thing for Reforge here. I agree with Josh that it's Reforge win, Reforge win. A lot of people saying that. Agreeing with Reforge's, getting a win here. So we wanted to react, get this good message out. Let me know what you guys think about this. Once again, this is stuff that needs to happen. If we got some interesting salt farming coming up, we'll do that. Man, content's been dry, but I've been trying to look for stuff for you guys, and we've been managing to get good stuff. So huge direct today too. Love that. Though it started off slow, but things are good. But all in all, yeah, man. We're going to have to see what happens in the next coming weeks. If Sony's going to come out, are they going to make a statement? We'll find out. Later, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day. Ponies, sit down. PlayStation gamers, stay gaming.